Hi, welcome to part 3 of Train Stop Blues, an exercise in independent thumb picking using a 12-bar blues in the key of E. In parts 1 and 2 we looked at the exercises which would help you to learn how to play the first part of the song. In the second half of the song we move into some more interesting chords up the neck. It's the same chords, it's just different voicings. So I'm going to play them just as exercises. They're not actually listed on the tablature as exercises, but I feel that that's the best way to learn them and to practice them before you add them to the full song. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at is this E7 chord. So we're up at the 5th fret with our index finger on the 2nd string. Our middle finger is on the 6th fret of the 4th string, and then our pinky and ring finger are held down on the 7th fret of the 1st and 3rd strings. And the picking pattern is the same as what we've done in the earlier exercises with the independent thumb, then plucking these two strings together, and we do have some syncopation as before. So that's the opening part of that particular chord voicing, but it does get more interesting. We're going to lift our pinky off the 7th fret, but we're not going to play open. We're going to use our index finger to cover the 5th fret of the 1st and 2nd strings at the same time, just as you do with a regular F chord. So we're covering 2 strings with 1 finger. So there's a bit of motion required here on the fretting hand. So we open the voicing with that pattern, and then we lift off the pinky. At the same time we push down on the 5th fret of the 1st string. Okay. Now it's quite tricky, it'll take some practice, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be fine. And the next part, we move the index finger down to the 4th fret of the 1st string. And then we lift it off. So it gives us a moving melody line, which is rather pleasing. Now that's quite a stretch, you'll feel it on your wrist here. So I would stretch a bit and warm up and practice some scales or something before you dive into this. Otherwise you may feel some pain, and if you do, take a break. Very important, don't push yourself beyond your pain barriers, because that will stop you from being able to play for very much longer. So let's go through that again. You can read along on the tablature, which I will post. Now the second chord is going to be an A9, and on the tablature here it's listed as having a note that we don't actually use. So how I've been playing it is by pressing down with the index finger the 5th fret on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th strings. So it's basically a bar. And we're doing the same kind of thing that we did with the pinky on the E chord. So we're playing the note on the 7th fret, and then we're lifting it off. And remember, with the A chord, your root note is on the 5th string, the A. So together. And then we go back down to the open E, which we learned in exercise 1. And then for the turnaround we come up, and this is the fun part. Now I would practice this for a few passes. So we've got that nice moving melody, which is done with the pinky, the weakest of the fingers. So you will need to practice it and build up some strength in your muscle in order to get a clean note. And then we finish. With the open E. Okay, so that whole second half together. Okay, and that completes Train Stop Blues. I hope you've managed to get through it okay. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know how you got on with it, and you can talk to me about anything else you might like to learn, or if you have any questions about this particular style, I'd be very pleased to answer them. Okay, keep picking, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers now, bye.